New volunteers in Indonesia participate in an aid distribution to help a village damaged by fire. A student with Lou Gehrig's disease earned the President Educational Award for his passion to learn. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Maggie Tsai. Thank you for joining us. Indonesia Tzu Chi volunteers traveled to Bogor to hold a tea party for new volunteers, later leading them in an aid distribution in Gudang village, which experienced fire at the end of last year. About 33 houses were burned down, and Tzu Chi's continued aid has helped villagers to rebuild.
Indonesia's Tzu Chi volunteers organized a volunteer tea party in Bogor. Although only 5 volunteers participated, each one was interested in doing good deeds.
I feel that I'm missing something, and later I found that originally we are good. Before I wanted to join Tzu Chi, and I had no opportunity to do this, but now I'm determined to do it.
Needing little prodding to do good deeds, these volunteers were brought to Gudang village, where a fire at the end of last year destroyed some 33 homes. As the survivors struggled to rebuild, Tzu Chi has continued to give them material assistance and care.
This is a Tzu Chi mattress. I took the mattress because the bed had no mattress at the time. Was it a big help? Yes, it was especially the care and compassion shown to us by the volunteers.
By engaging in charitable works and handing out material aid, these volunteers were able to experience the gratitude of survivors, which gave these new community volunteers more confidence in their work.
We need to know how to share and do good deeds. This is something that we need to cultivate and grow.
In New Taipei City, there is a Tzu Chi care recipient, Mr. Deng, who lives with his ill grandmother. Since Mr. Deng has to take care of her, go to school, and work, he does not have time and energy to clean up the house. Therefore, Tzu Chi volunteers mobilized to clean up his house, providing them a better living environment.
The balcony is full of boxes, while the living room and bedrooms are cluttered with miscellaneous items. This is Tzu Chi care recipient Mr. Deng's house. Since his grandmother became bedridden, they haven't cleaned the place for more than a year.
He lives with his grandmother. He has to take care of his grandmother and work to earn his pocket money. Therefore, he lives a difficult life. He does not know how to keep the house clean.
Sympathizing with Mr. Deng's situation, volunteers mobilized more than 30 people to help clean up his house.
To be honest, the place is dirty and messy. The first time we saw the house, we did not dare to touch the place, but after we worked and sweated, we feel quite good. We haven't had a thorough cleanup like this for many years. Many items have molded and there are dust mites. Today the volunteers came to help us clean the place so we can have a comfortable living environment. Thank you.
As some volunteers are busy cleaning up, another volunteer chats with the grandmother and trims her hair. After 2 hours of cleaning, 30-some volunteers helped discard items that filled the recycling truck 3 times. The volunteers said that seeing how the grandmother-grandson pair have a clean and comfortable living environment, their efforts have been worthwhile.
We are blessed to be able to give of ourselves. I heard Mr. Deng say, "Wow, the place has become so clean." I feel that we've done something very meaningful.
The driveway of the Taoyuan Jinzihe, which was built 12 years ago, recently has suffered from flooding. To solve the problem, 60 volunteers, including professional bricklayers, worked together to repair the driveway. They cleaned the interlocking bricks and repaved the area.
Braving hot and windless conditions, volunteers are working hard to clean interlocking bricks that make up the driveway of Taoyuan Jinzihe.
My eyes are getting smaller and smaller, so they feel tired easily. I should seize the moment and do the work.
In ordinary times, I usually do administrative work in the office. Although we know that the volunteer work very hard, if we are not engaged in the work, we will not know how difficult the work is.
The driveway has been used for a long time. It was repaired prior to the Buddha Day ceremony last year, but the renovation was not complete. Now it sank again.
This time we have 6 to 7 professional bricklayers who have the experience of paying interlocking bricks. After discussing with several Tzu Chi brothers, we decided to invite them and work with them to pave the bricks.
The laying of heavy interlocking bricks requires a lot of efforts to complete.
We have to pay attention to the angle when laying the bricks so that they will not be crooked. We also need to make sure the bricks are laid in an orderly fashion.
83-year-old Qiu Danchi is the eldest of all volunteers.
I should be willing to do this and be happy to bear the load. This is what Master Zheng Yan always says.
Bricklayers and devoted volunteers join hands to repair the driveway, making the Jinshi Hou feel like home.
On the Tzu Chi ground in Suzhou, China, there is a vacant lot that has been abandoned for many years. Recently, Tzu Chi staff members and volunteers joined hands to turn the place into an ecological garden. Let's see.
Transplanting trees, clearing dead leaves, and preparing the soil. This is the Tzu Chi grounds in Suzhou, where a group of elderly people are going to turn this previously deserted place into an ecological garden. The seniors have been busy organizing everything in the area since the end of March. After seeing some good results recently, the volunteers therefore made use of the space to hold a tea party for the elderly volunteers.
I feel very grateful for the seniors' daily dedication to the compound. They work together to make our hometown Suzhou more beautiful.
People who came to visit the Jinshi Hall all felt everyone's hard work and efforts. We all feel very happy, and we hope everyone can come here very often and bring their families as well. All the volunteers should learn from the seniors who protect our hometown with a motherly affection.
64-year-old Rong Zhichen suffers from Parkinson's disease, but he still comes to help every day. He says the laborious work makes him healthier.
Thank you to all the people who did their part to help today. Thanks for Tzu Chi volunteers' respect to us seniors.
Another volunteer who also feels happy to serve people is Zhou Xiufang. Although she has to take 5 or 6 buses to come to the Jinshi Hou, she never complains. She is full of joy.
The reason why I like to come here is because I enjoy doing everything here.
Where there is love and warmth, a home is created. The volunteers and seniors work together to create the future landscape of their mutual home.
In Tainan's Dongyuan Junior High School, a student, Lou Gehrig, suffers from Lou Gehrig's disease. Despite his poor health, he studies diligently and is ranked #1 in the entire school. Moreover, he goes to school riding his electric wheelchair without relying on his parents for the commute. In the future, he wants to become a scientist and benefit the public. His passion for learning has earned him the recognition of President Educational Award.
Luo Renhong is always willing to help his classmates with schoolwork. Not only is Luo popular in class, he's also everybody's role model.
He studies very diligently. I go to cram school, but he still gets higher scores on tests.
He interacts with us with sincerity. He does not see himself as being someone who is physically challenged.
He is afraid that his parents would worry for him. Since they might not have the time to care for him, Renhong is very independent.
Renhong goes to school riding this electric wheelchair, which takes half an hour. He's grateful to his parents, and his gratitude has made him a brave person.
My mother takes care of me mindfully. She told me to face everything with optimism. Only when you think positively can you do things well.
Going to the computer classroom on the second floor, Ren Hong can only sit in regular wheelchair, which is a burden on his body. However, he still learns passionately, being ranked #1 in the entire school.
I hope I can study well and attend college. Then I will see if I can find a job or become a scientist. I want to invent something to help other people.
Ren Hong's life attitude and passion for learning have earned him the recognition of President Educational Award. Although he's racing against time, he still pursues his dream and wants to benefit the public.
Many of the children with Down syndrome suffer from developmental disabilities, making it hard for them to be financially independent or adapting into the workplace. In Kaohsiung, the father of one such child, Wu Qiceng, organized a band for these children. Through his son, he saw how music is giving them more confidence and independence.
It is much more joyful to share the joy than enjoy alone. This allows parents to go out, as we share responsibility in caring for them. If we go out on the weekends and take these kids to do a performance, they will feel a sense of accomplishment and confidence. The parents will also be happy to see them happy.
Taking them out is quite good, as they may only have interactions at home with their parents or siblings. When they go out, they interact with others and feel a lot better.
Their parents are all getting older each day. Getting a job is hard for their children, so they should consider non-traditional careers, such as being a street artist.
If the child has some physical pains they are experiencing, they can't express themselves properly, so they just cry. We may feel tired, but they love to perform, and so it's quite difficult sometimes. When he was born, the doctor didn't think he would live. He suspected he had Down syndrome. After that, we didn't really do the 1 month post-pregnancy care. We would cry every time we saw him.
When he was born, we didn't know what Down syndrome was, and didn't know how these types of children would grow up looking like.
His development is slower than others. You have to teach each step, and not just one time, but repeatedly, like dozens of times. The results may show up years later, and we may finally feel relief. It doesn't matter if he comprehends it or not, we will keep teaching him.
We need to train the hand-eye coordination of these children and some other functions. We feel that these children have an interest in drums, and we want to actively cultivate this talent.
This terrain is uneven and contains different shapes as it teaches them balance and how to be steady. As you can see, he may take a wrong step if he wasn't holding my hand, or he could fall.
We come once a week, every Wednesday from 2 to 3 p.m. in the afternoon for many years already. I don't want him to fall behind because this can happen quickly.
停！到这个音的时候要滚打，对。哦， 再滚打，滚快一点。
Their actions may be restricted as they may need to practice 200 or 300 times before they can play even 1 or 2 songs skillfully.
他们才有办法把1首2首曲子背到熟练。
I really have to thank Director Wu for forming the Tango Zai Band. This gives our children a chance to practice, and plus it's all free.
There are many children now. It doesn't matter what challenges each family faces, we all work to support each other. Because they are now considered street performers, the community will support them with love, and they give this back to the audience. Whatever they can give back to society, they will. Two liaison offices of Tzu Chi Canada chapter have held Buddha Day ceremonies. Since this year's event theme is environmental protection, volunteers also encourage the participants to bring their own reusable utensils and adopt a vegetarian diet.
At the Buddha Day ceremony held by Tzu Chi Canada chapter, 54 volunteers solemnly entered the ceremony venue amidst the Buddhist chant. On this day, officials from British Columbia and Vancouver also come to give out the certificate recognizing Tzu Chi Day. The representative of BC even came with her 4-year-old son.
This is the first time for my son to see the Buddha and understand what Bodhisattva means. We should thank the Bodhisattva, right? Say Happy Mother's Day.
Many participants have come with their children or families, as it is the best occasion for them to express their gratitude.
I'm grateful for everything my parents have done for us. I feel very proud as they are still serving the society.
At the Tzu Chi Suri Liaison Office, the teachers, students, and parents from Tzu Chi Academy and community residents bowed to the Buddha together. They seized the occasion to pay tribute to the Buddha, their parents, and all sentient beings. Meanwhile, the volunteers and residents in Richmond Hill, Canada, attend the Buddha Day ceremony simultaneously with Taiwan through live streaming. Unlike the previous years, the Buddha Day ceremony held at Tzu Chi North Toronto Liaison Office takes place simultaneously with Hualien, Taiwan. Many participants have special feelings as they attend the ceremony for the first time.
I feel it is an especially auspicious occasion, as I feel that my mind has been cleansed. I feel that my mind was very pure when we were singing.
Since this year's event theme is environmental protection, the volunteers also encourage the participants to bring their own reusable utensils and adopt a vegetarian diet.
In Catholic countries like Chile, Dominican Republic, and Guatemala, Tzu Chi volunteers have worked hard to build close relationships with the local populations. Therefore, many of them came to the Buddha Day ceremony despite their religious differences. One shouldn't be scared about aging because life is full of possibilities. The elderly in the nursing home share the joy of the Dharma spirit with Buddhist chanting. In fact, most seniors in the nursing home are Catholics. Nonetheless, great love surpasses our religious boundaries. Volunteers often came to care for them, hence they've built an intimate relationship with these seniors.
You guys have often worked with us to bring warmth to the nursing home. The winter is coming, and I'm thankful for your donations and services.
This facility has many elders living here with many needs. Thank you all for the companionship to them.
permitan aquí este espacio para estar con ellos.
In the Dominican Republic, the annual Buddha Day ceremony makes the overseas volunteers and members of the public feel like they have a sense of home. Showing gratitude to the Buddha and parents are equally important. The 6-year-old child is very considerate to his mother. Guatemala is predominantly a Catholic country, hence Tzu Chi volunteers explain the Buddha Day's activities cautiously. The ceremony is hosted at a local primary school, and the participants included the Taiwan Embassy ambassador in Guatemala, representatives from the local government, and Asians living overseas. The children were holding red roses to give to their mother as a gift. The Chai celebration spread the seed of goodness everywhere in the world through the respectful interactions with the locals. This year is Tzu Chi's 52nd anniversary as well as the 25th anniversary of Tzu Chi Indonesian chapter. Volunteers in Kota Pekanbaru liaison offices specially designed a meaningful formation, and about 1,000 people joined hands to complete it. Dharma masters walk into the venue to lead everyone to bow to the Buddha and receive blessings. Volunteers from Tzu Chi's liaison office in Kota Pekanbaru especially designed seating for the guests.
This year, we present the formation of Tzu Chi in 52 because it's the 52nd anniversary of Tzu Chi. If you look at it from another direction, the 52 becomes 25, which means the 25th anniversary of Tzu Chi Indonesia chapter. Therefore, the formations show Tzu Chi 52 and Indonesia Tzu Chi 25.
Everyone can clean their minds together and pray for all living creatures in the world to be peaceful and joyful. Also to pray for a society free of evil acts.
The plain clothes of participants under the starlight makes the ceremony more solemn and harmonious. Tzu Chi liaison office in Teping Tinggi hosted the Buddha Day ceremony at night, and many representatives from other religions also come to join.
Saya menyampaikan selamat Hari Waisak yang pertama.
First of all, I want to wish everyone blessings on Buddha Day. I feel very honored and happy to know Tzu Chi because there's no discrimination to other religions here. I feel I need to learn from Tzu Chi's spirits of serving others.
Berusaha lebih nyata, perbuatan nyata.
Holding a lotus flower and praying with Buddhist chanting, all participants wish for a world free of disasters. A vegetarian restaurant owner hosted a fundraiser on the restaurant's 3rd anniversary. He donated all the proceeds to Tzu Chi's International Disaster Relief Fund. We will leave you with these images and thank you for joining us. Goodbye.